At 3 in the morning, I got a text from my dad. It said, "We tore your room apart. Your niece needs space to play. You're 24, not some pathetic leech. Time to grow the hell up." Then another one came right after. "We put you down as cosigner for your brother's $18,000 loan. It's already done. Don't mess up his future like you did your own." I didn't respond. I just finished my shift, went home, and quietly dropped off a flash drive through the mail slot. No message, no goodbye. Just that. This morning they played what was on the drive. Now my dad's standing outside in his boxers, yelling for the neighbors to come help. My mom's out on the driveway, barefoot, crying and shouting that none of it's true. And the thing is, this whole mess started with something that didn't even feel that serious. Not dramatic, just off. I was coming home late, wasn't partying or anything, just out, wandering, whatever. And I saw this little plastic pink teapot on the stairs. My niece leaves her toys all over, but seeing that one upstairs struck me as weird. Normally, my mom would have been complaining about it. I nudged it aside with my foot and was about to head to my room, but then I heard voices in the kitchen. Real low, like someone died. In this house, hushed tones are never good. I ignored it, tried to go to my room, except when I got there, the door was wide open. In our house, that never happens. Not unless someone's trying to start something. And the first thing I noticed, my bed was gone. Completely gone. Not moved, not piled under stuff. Just missing. A few of my posters were torn down. Shelves cleared out. One wall had crayon scribbles. In the corner, a box of those cheap foam blocks kids play with. I just stood there for a second, seriously wondering if I'd walked into the wrong house. Like, who breaks into a place and only steals a bed? I laughed a little. Probably not the best move because next thing I know, my mom's behind me, acting like this is all perfectly reasonable. She goes, "We needed the room. You can stay in the den. You're hardly ever here anyway. Your niece needs somewhere to play." I could hear my sister downstairs laughing. Didn't even bother to come up. Just sent my niece running down the hall with an armful of those squishy plush toys she's obsessed with. She didn't say a word to me, dropped them on the floor and sprinted back, yelling for her mom. So there I am, standing in this gutted room, everything I own crammed into boxes, no bed, no warning. And my mom just looks at me and says, "You're 24. Stop acting like a child. You're holding everyone back. It's not permanent. You'll thank us someday." Then she turns around and leaves. No chance for me to respond. I follow her to the stairs, try to say something, but she shuts the kitchen door in my face. I could hear my dad in there, talking in that low voice he uses when he's scheming something. But when I got close, he went silent. I didn't go in, just stood there in the hallway, holding my phone. And I wish I could say I freaked out or yelled or broke something, but honestly, I just felt pathetic. Like, what am I even doing here? Why haven't I left? I should have moved out years ago, but rent's not cheap, and they've always known I'm scraping by. They use that against me. Go ahead and leave. You'll come crawling back, just like your cousin did. I went back to what used to be my room, sat down on a box and opened Reddit. Didn't want to think about any of it. Then, right around 3 a.m., my phone buzzed. It was my dad. And no, it wasn't an apology or an explanation. It was just more of the same. "We tore your room apart? Your niece needs a playroom. You're 24, not some sad freeloader. Grow up." Then a follow-up like he was on a rant. "We put your name on your brother's $18,000 loan. Already signed. Don't mess up his future like you wrecked yours." And I know it sounds made up, but this is just how he is. He doesn't ask. He acts, and then tells you later, expecting gratitude. My brother? Always the golden child. He's younger, never paid for anything, always rescued when he messed up. When I was his age, I was paying my own bills, and still got lectures for not saving enough. My dad treats me like a loser because I don't hand over every paycheck. He's pissed that I won't help him hustle on the side or cover for my brother when he skips paying his phone bill. And my mom? She plays the victim, like she's stuck in the middle. But she's always the one picking up after my brother, never after me. I didn't answer his texts, just sat there, staring at the screen, thinking how many times this exact kind of thing has happened. Though yeah, this was the worst so far. I could hear my dad chuckling in the kitchen. My brother's voice loud as ever, like he owns the house. I tried to sleep on the couch. Didn't last long. My niece woke up at 5 a.m., screaming for her tablet. My mom yelled at me to just let her use my old room, like I was being unreasonable for not wanting a screaming kid near me. So I got up, dug through the boxes until I found one with the few things that actually mattered. My old laptop, my passport, a couple of other essentials. That was it. I walked into the kitchen. My dad was there, smiling at something on his phone. He looked up, gave me a nod, didn't even ask what I was doing. My brother was eating cereal, didn't look at me, just kept scrolling through his feed like I wasn't even standing there. I shoved past both of them, didn't bother trying to be polite. My dad muttered, "You're not about to cause a scene, are you?" I didn't say a word, just walked out the door, got into my car, and drove aimlessly for a while. I had no clue where I was even going. Tried texting a few people, but no one responded. It was still stupid early. Eventually, I ended up parked outside some 24-hour diner, sitting in my car, staring at my phone, and trying to figure out my next move. I kept thinking about every ridiculous time I covered for my brother, all the cash my dad borrowed and conveniently never paid back, all the guilt trips my mom laid on me anytime I asked for space. Honestly, I was just sitting there, fiddling with the flash drive on my keychain, thinking, yeah, this tracks. This isn't some shocking twist. It's just their behavior, turned up a notch. I drove back home around 7 a.m. Place was quiet. Everyone's still asleep except for my mom. She shot me this look like I'd just committed a crime. Didn't say anything. Just glared like I had some nerve showing up. I headed upstairs, grabbed whatever I could carry, and on my way out, I dropped the flash drive through the mail slot again. No note, no message, nothing. As I was getting into my car, I heard my mom start shouting for my dad. Her voice was climbing into that panicked pitch, but I didn't stop. I kept going. Now I'm holed up at a friend's place. Not even someone close. Just a guy I know from a Discord server who happened to have a spare couch. I'm sitting here, typing all this out on my phone, waiting for the inevitable blow-up once they see what's on that drive. I know how this'll go. My dad will lose it. Guaranteed. My brother will probably track me down and try to act like I'm the problem. My mom will be blowing up every family group chat, spinning this story to make me the villain. Thing is, I'm not even mad anymore. Just drained. But I'm not backing down this time. If they want to fight, they'll get one. I'll post again when they open the drive. It's not gonna be pretty. Didn't get much sleep last night. No surprise there. I woke up before my alarm, just lying there, staring at my phone like an idiot. No text from my parents. Just random messages popping up in the family group chat. Mostly dumb stuff, memes or my Aunt Amber talking about her cats again. Then out of nowhere, my dad jumps in. Doesn't even say hello. Just launches into a rant about how kids these days have no respect. Not subtle, not vague. He's clearly calling me out, just not using my name. He's saying things like, some people in this family think the world owes them everything. If you're not contributing, you don't get a say. No one responds for a bit, so he turns it up a notch. Starts tagging me and my brother directly, like he wants an audience. Then he writes, my granddaughter finally has her playroom. About time people around here remembered what matters. My cousin Megan, she's always sided with my mom, just taps a like on his message. Uncle Frank chimes in with a thumbs up, clearly trying to stay neutral. Then my brother joins in. Classic Tyler. He adds his 2 cents. People need to pull their weight. Not everything revolves around one person. I didn't even finish reading the rest. Just put my phone down. Didn't have the energy. But of course, my mom starts calling. When I don't pick up, she switches to texting. Then calls again. Then, this part floored me, she starts texting the guy whose couch I'm crashing on. Which Megan was a bold move. I barely know this guy. Definitely wasn't trying to drag him into family drama. So I slip into his laundry room just to avoid making things weird and call my mom back. She picks up, totally out of breath, like she's been running or crying or both. Doesn't even greet me, just starts going off. How could you do this to us? You're making everything worse. You embarrassed me in front of the whole family, says my dad's furious. But he'll cool off. But I need to come back, make things right, apologize. And if I don't, she threatens to tell everyone I stole from them, which is wild considering all I took was a duffel bag with some clothes and my essentials. I told her flat out, I'm not coming back. She hung up. Not the first time she's done that, to be honest. I went back to scrolling, trying to pretend it wasn't getting to me. But now the family group chat is blowing up. My dad started screenshotting old messages I sent months ago, asking to borrow the car, asking for gas money, and posting them in the chat, captioning them with, see, always taking, never giving. Even my Aunt Denise, who usually plays peacekeeper, sends a GIF and suggests maybe this should be handled in private. But my dad doesn't back down, keeps going. Then I get a direct text from Tyler, my brother, not in the group, just him. He says, thanks for screwing me over. Dad says you're acting like a child. Just sign the loan paperwork already. I text back, I didn't sign anything. He replies, doesn't matter. It's already done. Stop acting like a victim. And that's when I snapped. I opened up my notes app and started writing down every damn thing I've ever done for these people. Every errand my dad made me run. All the money I put into that house. Every time I gave Tyler cash that he never once paid back. I even started digging through old emails looking for proof. Receipts, texts, anything. Found a folder from last year when I tried to move out and my dad said I couldn't afford it. And that's when I found it. Utility bills in my name. Stuff I didn't even remember agreeing to. That's when it really hit me. I actually had proof. Proof I'd been paying the damn water bill for almost 9 months. And my brother's phone, still linked to my account, charging me every month like clockwork. I opened my banking app, shut off his autopay, and sent him a quick message. It's done. His response? A flood of angry emojis, followed by some whiny line about how I'm being petty. Honestly, didn't care. Then my dad called. This time I answered, mostly just to hear what kind of nonsense he'd say. Didn't disappoint. He was already mid-yell when I picked up, accusing me of destroying everything, ranting that family always comes first, telling me the loan was for my brother because he supposedly has a future, unlike me, and that I should be grateful they kept me around as long as they did. I told him flat out that he can't just sign things in my name. He laughed, and said, what are you going to do about it? You're nothing without this family. So I hung up. He called again. I ignored it. He tried a third time, so I picked up, held the phone away while he screamed, then hung up again. Next, my mom jumped in with a long guilt trip text, said I was tearing the family apart, said my niece doesn't understand why I left, asked why I couldn't just be happy for someone else, just once, said if I came home now they'd forgive me, but if I kept going down this road, I'd regret it. I didn't answer. Meanwhile, my friend's roommate got home and poked his head into the living room like, hey, everything okay? Guess he could hear the drama through the walls. I just said, yeah, family stuff. Sorry. He shrugged, mumbled, sounds rough, and went to his room. I tried to distract myself, opened TikTok, started scrolling, but my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Now my cousin's messaging me on Instagram, says my mom's crying, says my dad's claiming I stole something valuable, asks me what's really going on. I tell her, ask them. She replies, I'm not getting involved. So I'm here just quietly building my case, saving receipts, screenshots, old messages, all of it. I started drafting a message for the family group chat. Didn't send it, not yet. Felt too early. I want everything lined up before I speak. They're not spinning their narrative this time. I won't let it happen. I called the credit union, asked about the loan. The woman on the phone was super cautious, said she couldn't give me info without me coming in. But she made a note. I didn't authorize anything, and I want copies of every document signed under my name. Then I started Googling what to do when someone fraudulently uses your info for a loan. It was overwhelming. But I knew this mess was mine to clean up, like always. Then Tyler, my brother, texted again. threatened to tell everyone I stole his money if I didn't come back. I replied, "Go ahead. I've got receipts." He didn't respond after that, so I started messaging a few of my dad's friends, the ones I know he owes money to. Kept it casual. "Hey, did you ever get paid back?" Most didn't answer, but one of them replied, "Not yet." "Why?" I said. "Might be a good time to check in." Now the family group chat has exploded. Full-blown drama. My dad's still working overtime, trying to paint me as the villain. My mom's spamming guilt trips. My brother keeps threatening me. My sister? Radio silence. She just posts a picture of my niece jumping around in her new playroom, tags the whole family, and in the background, my old bed. I actually laughed, like, of course. Then Uncle Raymond sends me a private message. "Hang in there. It's just family stress. Don't do anything rash." I didn't reply. I don't know. Feels like this is just beginning. But one thing's for sure. I'm not letting it go this time. Tomorrow I'm pulling every record, every screenshot, every transaction. If they want to play games, fine. Game on. Next update drops when they finally open that flash drive. And believe me, they're not ready. Honestly, I thought things had already hit rock bottom. But turns out my family looked at that mess and went, "Let's see how much worse we can make it." At some point, it stopped feeling like my life and started feeling like I was watching a dumpster fire from the sidelines. Just scrolling through chaos with this numb feeling in my chest. The notifications didn't stop. Every buzz meant something worse. It started early, before I even had coffee. My mom tried calling again. When I didn't answer, she started leaving voice memos, her voice all shaky, like she was forcing herself to cry harder for effect. In the background, I could hear my niece yelling, my sister saying, "Just let him go. He'll be back." And then my mom saying how selfish I am, how I've humiliated her, and now everyone's asking questions. I didn't respond, just deleted the messages and blocked her. At least for a while. Not even 30 minutes later, my brother started spamming my phone. He said I'd wrecked his life, that the loan office was calling nonstop now. Apparently, someone flagged the signature as suspicious. Now they want to talk to me. He tells me it's just money, that I'm being dramatic, but also says if I don't fix it, he'll have to move back in with our parents. And that'll be my fault too. Then my dad reappears in the group chat, tagging everyone, even extended family who live states away. He accuses me of going off the deep end, says I'm out to destroy my brother's future, claims he did what any good father would, and now I'm trying to make him look like the bad guy. He even sends a photo of his new home office. It's literally the den. My mattress on the floor, chalk scribbles on the wall, courtesy of my niece. Aunt Denise replies, "Maybe this isn't for the group, Raymond." Megan, of course, just sends a sticker. No one else responds. And I start thinking, why are they doing this in public? Why do they always need an audience? Then I remember, it's always been this way. My dad's always been obsessed with appearances. The whole perfect family act. So when things start to unravel, his instinct is to grab the narrative before anyone else can speak. His go-to line? "You're the problem, son." Why? Because I didn't follow his script. He calls me lazy, but what he really means is that I won't let him pull my strings. To him, I'm not even a person, just another tool in his shed. Something to reach for when he's desperate, disposable. But this isn't just about family group chat drama anymore. This is about money, real money. I spent the entire morning digging through old folders and inboxes, gathering every receipt, every transaction, every single thing I ever did for them. Then I started lighting fires. First, I logged into the utilities account, changed the passwords, shut off the autopay that I was still running for their house. Then I messaged my brother and dropped the receipts for his phone bill. Told him, "You're on your own now." He accused me of being a jerk. I told him, "I'm done being your safety net." Then I found some old emails, years old, from when my dad had me sign things just in case. Turns out my name's still on their second car. I called the insurance company and asked to be removed from the policy immediately. The guy on the phone sounded confused, said he'd need to check with my dad first. I said, "Go ahead, call him." While that was unfolding, my mom started texting again, but this time She dropped the guilt act. Now it was threats. She told me I was making her physically ill, that she can't sleep, can't eat, and if anyone finds out what I've done to this family, she'll never forgive me. Then she said I should watch my back, because family always finds out when you betray them. I took screenshots of everything, saved them all to a private folder, just in case. Then I get a Facebook DM from my cousin. Hey, your dad's calling around asking if anyone's seen you. Next, a message from an old neighbor. Your dad came by. He was asking weird stuff about where you're staying. So yeah, full panic mode. Because without me, their whole money house of cards is collapsing. I texted the credit union again, asked for a copy of the loan paperwork, told them straight up I didn't sign a thing. They said I'd need to show up in person with ID. I told them I'd be there soon. But in the meantime, I made it clear I'm not responsible for anything. My brother tried to FaceTime me, ignored it. Then he texted, threatening to show up at my current spot and get the money himself. I replied, try it. By midday, my phone was flooded with messages from extended family. Aunts, uncles. Some were worried. Others, just plain nosy. One uncle even had the nerve to say he heard I stole money and that I should do the right thing and give it back. I told him, ask my dad how much he owes me, then check the receipts. He didn't respond. And then, for the first time since all this blew up, my sister texted me. She said mom's losing her mind, dad's screaming, my niece is upset, and could I just please talk to them? I said, not unless they own up to what they did. She replied, that's not going to happen. You know how they are. I said, then this isn't my problem anymore. Funniest part? My dad started calling my old friends, like he could guilt trip me back into the house. One of them actually picked up and told him to knock it off and leave me alone. My dad hung up on him. Later that day, my mom tried dragging Aunt Amber into it as a mediator. She called me, said something neutral like, they're your parents, but you have to protect yourself too. I said, that's all I've ever done. She sighed, said, family's complicated. Yeah, no kidding. But then came the moment. My dad finally found the flash drive I left behind, and I guess they all sat down to watch it, because the group chat went completely dead for a solid hour. Not a peep. Then boom, my dad exploded in the chat, called everything on the drive lies, accused me of trying to destroy the family, said anyone who takes my side is out of the will, like that's supposed to scare people. My mom texted my sister separately, said she couldn't believe I would do this to her. My brother just quietly left the chat. Then I got a message from Megan, and she's never liked me. She asked, is it true? Did they really use your name for the loan? I said, why would I lie about that? She replied, I don't know. Just seems like a lot. Then Uncle Frank sent a DM. You're not the only one going through this kind of stuff. Keep your receipts. I said, always. So yeah, things are spiraling. My dad's still trying to spin his version of events to anyone who'll listen. But now people are asking questions. The money trail's catching up with them. The bills are overdue. My brother's panicking about his credit score. My mom is calling everyone she knows, sobbing and telling people I set them up. But I'm not folding. Tomorrow I'm walking into that credit union, face to face. They wanted to play dirty? Then let's play. They don't get to rewrite my story this time. Next update drops when the real fallout hits. The neighbors are already talking. And my parents? They're about to snap, so yeah. I thought the group chat explosions and money chaos were the peak. Turns out, that was just the pre-show. My family's operating like a live-action soap opera. No script, no shame, and definitely no off switch. And if you told me a week ago that I'd be getting texts saying, your dad is outside in his underwear yelling at the neighbors, I'd have said you were joking. But here we are. And of course, it all kicked off early. Way too early for anyone to be shouting. Got a ping from Megan, my cousin. She sent me a photo taken from across the street. There's my dad, standing in the yard, bare legs, just boxers, phone in one hand, the other flailing like he's trying to swat ghosts. He's yelling at the neighbor like he's having a full-blown meltdown. And the neighbor, that old guy who always mows the lawn at 6 a.m., he's just standing there with his arms crossed, face like, what do you want me to do about your mess? Meanwhile, my mom's out on the driveway, barefoot, hair wild, crying so loudly I can hear her through the phone when Megan calls. She's screaming, "It's all lies, it's fake. Don't listen to him. He's trying to ruin us." In the background, my sister's yelling at my dad to get inside and stop putting on a show. And my niece, just sitting on the steps, surrounded by her squishy toys, completely unfazed. Like this is just another Tuesday. Neighbors are out now, half in pajamas, some recording on their phones, most just watching like it's a reality show premiere. So yeah, definitely not low-key. What triggered it? The flash drive. Last night, my parents finally opened it on the kitchen laptop. They were probably expecting some dramatic sob story or a teary apology. Instead, they got the receipts, a full breakdown, screenshots, voice notes, scanned bills with my name on them, every shady transfer, every "just sign this, don't ask questions" text from my dad. And I didn't even go for the throat, just laid out the facts. Apparently, seeing it all stacked in one place shattered something. Because this morning, the neighbor called Aunt Amber saying my dad was losing it on the front lawn. And that's when the circus truly kicked off. My dad's out there yelling, "Somebody help! He's destroying my family. He's making this up. None of it's true. You know me. I'd never do something like this." The neighbor, bless him, straight up asks if my dad's been drinking. Not a bad guess. My mom's still on the driveway, now arguing with my sister, who's trying to pull her back inside. She swats my sister's hand away and slams the gate shut. My brother? Nowhere to be seen. Probably hiding. And honestly, smartest thing he's done all week. The family group chat lights up again. Uncle Frank drops in. "What the hell is going on over there? Why is Raymond yelling at the neighbors? Aunt Denise, can someone get him off Facebook already?" And my dad, of course, dives back into the group, ranting that I made the whole thing up, that I'm ungrateful, and that I forged his name to get revenge. My mom texts my sister, "I raised him better than this? He's heartless. I can't believe he'd do this to me." My brother leaves the group chat, no comment. Then Megan, again, never really liked me, DMs, "Wait, is it true? They really used your name for the loan?" I reply, "Why would I lie?" She goes, "IDK, it's just a lot." Uncle Frank messages, "You're not alone in this. Just keep your receipts." I text back, "Always." And now it's spreading. Neighbors I barely know are messaging me. One says, "Your dad's telling people you're trying to bankrupt the whole family." I reply, "Tell him to stop putting loans in my name and check with the credit union." Another says, "Didn't realize it was that bad." Someone else adds, "Hope you're safe." Eventually, my dad storms back inside. Megan holds the phone up. I hear the front door slam. My mom tries to follow, but my sister blocks her. They're shouting. My niece starts crying. My sister picks her up, takes her inside, slams the door. Neighbor just shrugs and heads back to his porch like, "Well, that's enough drama for one morning." Then I start getting messages from old friends, people I haven't talked to in years. Apparently, my mom's been calling around saying I stole from them and I'm unstable. One guy, who never even liked me, asks if I need a place to crash. Wild. I tell him I'm good, just exhausted from always being the scapegoat. My dad tries calling. I ignore it. He leaves a voicemail. "Fix this. Call everyone and say it was a mistake, or I'll tell them you're a thief." I text back, "You want to play dirty? Let's play." He doesn't respond. Then Tyler finally messages me. Says I ruined everything. That he can't get the loan now. Says he can't believe I'd do this to him. I just reply, "Clean up your own mess for once." He leaves me on red. By noon, the group chat is full-blown war. Aunt Amber tries to mediate again. Says maybe we should meet face-to-face. My dad refuses. Says there's no meeting until I apologize. My mom claims she's sick. Can't sleep, can't eat. Same old script. Uncle Frank chimes in again. This is what happens when you keep secrets for too long. Then Megan, bless her, posts the video she took of my dad screaming in his boxers and tags half the family. My dad absolutely loses it, leaves the chat, comes back, leaves again. Meanwhile, the utilities are officially overdue. Got the email notice. Water's getting shut off if it's not paid. Car insurance called too. Confirmed my name's been removed. Said I'm good to go. Credit union says the loan is now on hold, pending investigation. So yeah, Tyler's screwed. Dad's furious. Mom's spiraling. And me? I'm just here, watching it all come apart. I know some people will say this is petty, that I should just let it go. But the truth is, I'm just done. Done being the one they lean on. Done cleaning up messes they made. My dad's treated me like a backup plan my whole life. Like I'm disposable, useful only when things fall apart. And my mom, she lets it happen because she's scared of what he'll do if she doesn't. Tyler, he just expects me to fix it every time, but not anymore. My sister, she just wants everything to calm down. She's always been the peacekeeper. And my niece, she's only 4. She's just along for the ride, completely unaware of the chaos swirling around her. As for me, I'm not going back, not fixing it, not apologizing. If they want to stand outside crying and shouting, putting on a show for the whole block, let them. That's their performance, not mine. I did what I had to do, and I don't regret any of it. Last I heard, my dad's sulking in the den, probably avoiding eye contact with anyone. My mom's still working the phones, trying to spin the story to every relative she can think of. And Tyler? He's out there scrambling, looking for someone else to co-sign that loan. The family group chat? Dead quiet now. Just a couple awkward memes and forced small talk. I'm not engaging. Let them handle their own fallout this time. I've always been the one they leaned on when things got messy. Well, now they get to see what happens without me there to take the blame. And honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It feels kind of good.